This is not the home I dreamed of,
but it's the first one with my name.
This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name.
This is not the life I planned for, just a mortgage and a frame. Suitcase in a stranger's hallway, breathing in a brand new space. Blueprints on the fridge like flow charts, every corner in its place.
This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name.
This is not the home I dreamed of,
but it's the first one with my name.
Lost my job and lost my bedroom in a single winter week.
Scrolling through the room for rent posts till my hope felt paper thin.
Landlord perfect sunlight, all my friends said,
this is fate.
I believed the tiny letters, never thought there'd be mistake.
Dragging boxes through the doorway, breathless, nervous, halfway numb.
When the footsteps from the kitchen didn't sound like she but him.
There you were in perfect order, lines and labels on the wall.
There you were with messy suitcase like a storm just hit the hall.
We both reached for the contract like a fire alarm to pull.
Two signatures on paper suddenly felt far too full.
Wrong address, I hear my heartbeat.
Wrong flat,
you can almost see.
Cancel this before it's awkward, before you become a we. But the boxes in the hallway and the numbers on my lawn draw a circle around this moment like we're standing on one stone. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name. This is not the life I planned for,
just a mortgage and a friend. You need someone for the payment, I need somewhere just to stay.
Two directions, one small contract,
trying not to feel away. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name.
So we write our co-living rules like we're coding up a life.
Public spaces, time slot charts.
Keep emotions out of sight.
Don't bring strangers home past midnight, don't disturb each other's sleep.
Don't ask questions, don't ask feelings.
Privacy, we both can keep.
On the fridge a printed schedule like a UI drawn in ink.
On my door a little sticky note.
Kitchen free at 9, I think.
As I stand in my small bedroom, mattress still upon the floor.
You walk past with careful footsteps,
like a guest inside your own. Thank you for the room,
I whisper to the ceiling, to the ring.
Thank you for the share,
I tell the numbers, not the friend.
but the word our place slips out once when I talk to someone new.
And it hangs there in the silence
like a sky that's turning blue. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name.
This is not the plan I wrote down,
But it's real in bills and frames.
on this floor without a bed frame,
Staring at the plaster plane.
in this living room of flow charts.
Trying hard to stay the same. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name. This is not the home I dreamed of, but it's the first one with my name. Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love, so why does this feel like home?
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love, so why does this feel like home?
Rule number 7 on the fridge like a joke that we wrote.
chores like strangers, but our days still start to rhyme. Your late night keys and my dawn coffee somehow share the same time.
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love. So why does this feel like home?
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love.
So why does this feel like home?
Dishes, vacuum, trash on Tuesday, everything in tidy rows.
Color-coded little boxes where our separate rhythms go.
My world starts when all the city lights are almost going out.
Your world wakes with morning trainers hitting pavement. Steady route.
You print schedules like interfaces.
Who will clean and who will cook?
You throw sticky notes like confetti,
Breaking every formal rule.
on the fridge our housemate contract reads like we're on distant ships.
Don't disturb each other sleeping.
Don't let feelings start to slip.
Still your coffee smell at sunrise finds my notebook by the sink.
Still you're typing in the midnight echoes where I sit and think.
We're pretending we're just co-workers in a project called this roof.
But our timelines keep colliding like a bug inside the proof.
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love. So why does this feel like home?
Rule number 7, trying hard to draw a line through flesh and bone.
We agreed on no emotions, just expenses, rent and time.
Yet I notice when your slippers
Aren't beside the door at night. Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love. So why does this feel like home?
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love.
So why does this feel?
One late night, your room is sleepless, paper scattered on the floor.
I can't find the words for people that I've never met before.
On my desk you see a note if the screen feels stuck and slow.
Think of what the user really needs before you write one more.
So I turn my viewers into users,
ask them what they'd want.
and the blocked and aching storyline begins to move again.
Next day I pull you to the rooftop. Stop staring at just your code.
Watch the sunrise paint this building, watch the buses on the road. Cheap instant coffee in our hands like some secret luxury.
For a moment bills and deadlines feel a step away from me.
We're like crew on one small vessel,
I say laughing at the sky.
join investors in a mortgage sailing through this daily tide.
You look down at rule sheet number 7 taped above the sink.
And you add a line in pencil, half a joke, half something real.
Rule number 7,
No unnecessary feelings for the crew on board.
I just smile and ask you softly.
Are there necessary ones you're scared of? We both laugh into the sunrise, but my chest won't play along.
'Cause this clumsy rented rooftop
Suddenly feels where I belong.
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love. So why does this feel like home?
Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love.
So why does this feel like home? Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love. So why does this feel like home? Rule number 7 says we can't fall in love. So why does this feel like home?
Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world. Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
Because this is our first love.
Every promise feels too heavy when it's heard. Different keys in different doorways, same small hearts that want a home.
Company or rent or mortgage, wondering where we both belong.
Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
3 small glasses on the table, soldier shining pale and green. Neon outside, late night bistro, laughter folding into steam.
Sujin says, my home's the office, I just sleep inside my skin.
If promotion means more shackles, I would rather not move in.
One stirs the side dish slowly, smiles but can't hide all her plans.
All I want is 2 toothbrushes and 1 receipt with both our names.
We can pay the rent together, buy a washing machine one day.
Why's the word, will you just marry me? So hard for him to say.
Jian stares into her glass like it's a window to before.
Says for me a home's not papers,
It's the couch on our old floor.
it's the place where I can breathe in
Without shrinking to fit in.
somewhere I can drop my worries.
Like my keys and just exist.
They raise chopsticks like antennae,
Trying to find honest light.
clink their cups and half joke softly.
Half confess into the night.
To the homes we haven't found yet,
To the ones we haven't missed.
to the people we keep loving in the ways we
Don't yet get. Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
Because this is our first try.
All our maps are drawn in pencil, not in gold.
One calls company her shelter.
1 wants rings and shared front doors.
One remembers childhood sofas
More than any legal forms. Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
In another bar across town, 2 men share a quiet beer.
Isn't that apartment lonely when you go back home from here?
Don't you ever feel the echo of a family you don't have?
Don't you want more than your spreadsheets?
And that never-ending tab. I don't live with empty spaces, I live with my mortgage plan.
Every month I pay the interest, like a promise to myself.
If I let someone move in here, it's not just a change of shell.
It's admitting I am lonely,
Not just structured,
not just planned.
he half smiles into the phone.
Sometimes I forget I can
Still be more than just a worker, paying off.
some borrowed land.
So they walk back to their lodgings,
Different hallways, different keys.
1 to parents, faded wallpaper.
One to rented memories.
1 unlocks a door, a shoes pair.
In a row, but no one there.
1 takes off her heels in silence.
Breathing someone else's air. Because this is our first life. Every home is still a question in our bones.
Because
This is our first love. Every stay or go still feels like throwing stones.
we go back to tiny bedrooms,
To our parents, to our loans.
to our contract shared apartments.
Wondering which roof is our own. Because this is our first life.
We're still learning how to live inside this world.
You're not written in the contract, but you're starting to feel like home. You're not written in the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
We just signed for rent and chores, not for catching when we fall alone.
All these rules upon the fridge can't explain the way it goes.
How a quiet cup of milk says more than any chart we wrote.
You're not written in the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
You're not written
In the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
Shoes are broken, script rejected, keys are shaking in my hand.
You come in and drop your backpack like the week just finally snapped.
In the hallway tiles I crumble, sliding down against the wall.
Ooh, all my strength spent on pretending I could handle one more fall.
You don't know the words for comfort, so you take out lists instead.
I start listing all the options,
Like a problem in my head.
fix the shoes, resend the email, make a plan, adjust your goals.
Every sentence feels like pressure when my chest is full of holes.
Can't you just for once stop solving?
Can't you just say
That's not fair.
your voice cracks and I stand frozen,
Holding charts like I don't care.
silence builds a wall between us thicker than the winter coat.
You walk past me to your bedroom, shut the door and locked your throat. You're not written in the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
Yet I treat you like a task sheet.
I am scared to call my own.
We agree to share expenses, not emotions.
Not our storms.
Oh, but your sobs inside the hallways.
Stay with me till early dawn. You're not written in the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
You're not written.
In the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
Morning light upon the counter, crumpled letter near the sink.
You wake up and find my failure lying where the dish is clean.
Your main character feels empty, like she never had a home.
Printed words that slice through logic sharper than a ringing phone.
I reread our posted rules.
Solve, don't feel, keep lines defined.
Every neat and perfect bullet
Suddenly feels misassigned.
So I warm a cup of milk, I place it softly by your seat.
On the table, just a message written small and incomplete.
This is not a real solution, it won't fix the plot or pain.
But I'm here to drink beside you till the night feels less like rain.
When I see that little steam cloud drawing halos round the rim,
I can feel the anger melting into something I can name.
half a joke I say, you know,
This is what a family does.
you look startled, say our contract doesn't mention that word once.
But your eyes are not as guarded, one small corner finally solved.
And the kitchen feels less rented, more like something we both own.
You're not written in the contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
All the clauses on the paper never planned for this to grow.
Ooh, in between the broken deadlines and the laundry fights we throw,
There's a place where here's some milk.
it's just another way to show you're not written contract, but you're starting to feel like home.
If this is also living together,
Why can't we call it home?
if this is also living together,
Why can't we call it home?
if we already share the rent and dishes, why does that word feel like a storm?
We've been waking in the same small room, planning days like they're our own.
But when you say the word forever, I just hear everyone's loud tones.
If this is also living together, why can't we call it home?
If this is also living together,
Why can't we call it home? I cut pictures from a magazine, tiny kitchens, wedding rings. I make a mood board of our Sunday couches, plants, a washing machine.
I lay it down in front of you like it's just a quiet game. Your eyes freeze above the paper like you don't know what to say. You don't shout and you don't leave, but the silence says enough. In this little rented bedroom, dreams feel suddenly too much. I pack boxes in the corner, not because I wanna go, but because if we don't name this, I don't know what we'll hold.
We're already splitting Wi-Fi, splitting takeout, splitting nights. We already fight about the laundry like a couple in their life. If I look and see a husband when I turn and call your name, why are you so scared of letters that just match the way we live?
If this is also living together,
Why can't we call it home?
if we already feel like something, why does that word feel like a storm?
I'm not chasing any fairy tale, just a name that makes us know.
You say we're fine the way we are, but I'm afraid if I'm alone.
If this is also living together, why can't we call it home? If this is also living together, why can't we call it home?
I see a mood board on the table, all the futures cut and glue, tiny notes like shared electricity, 2 names on the rent due. I love brushing past your toothbrush, love your slippers by the door, but that one word, marriage, echoes like a knock I can't ignore. I tell Damon we're okay now, why must paper change our lives? I'm afraid that once we sign it, we'll become what they decide.
That will turn into the parents, into rules we never chose, into questions at each gathering. When's the baby?
Where's your house? I'm not scared of you beside me, I'm scared losing who we are. When the world starts saying husband, will you still see just my heart?
Can I keep the way we laugh here? Can I keep the way we talk?
Or does marriage mean we're walking on a road that's not our own?
If this is also living together, why can't we call it home?
All our socks and bills and quarrels
Look like us in every tone.
If this is also living together,
Why am I afraid to say
that I wanna choose our future,
not the one they drew in gray?
our first talk about tomorrow
Leaves the answers all unknown.
We don't know if my and your tomorrow can become a shared our home.
If this is also living together, why can't we call it home? If this is also living together, why can't we call it home? If this is also living together, why can't we call it home? You forgot to write it in the contract. People change.
You forgot to write it in the contract.
People change.
We drew lines in black and white, but life keeps coloring the page.
We signed 1 year on the paper, but my heart read home instead.
Now the offer on my table pulls this roof above our heads.
You forgot to write it in the contract. People change.
You forgot to write it in the contract.
People change.
They picked my script up for a pilot, said congratulations kid. Then the notes came, make it louder, add some twists that never fit.
Turn my gentle, quiet people into something I don't know.
Turn my home into a circus just to chase a higher show.
I come home with crumpled pages, exit signs inside my chest.
At the same time in my inbox, tickets to a foreign desk.
2 years out in some new country, bigger paycheck, bigger name.
But it means this house is empty,
Rented out like I'm a face.
at the table with tired coffee, we say words we always skipped.
You ask Sophie, if you take it, does our home just cease to exist?
If you go, is this your house again and not our place at all?
Was that just a temporary, like a sticker on your wall?
I wrote 1 year in the contract.
Never thought beyond the day.
Never thought that someone else would call this ours instead of safe.
You forgot to write it in the contract. People change.
I forgot that hearts don't follow tidy.
Clauses we arrange.
On your map I was a tenant.
On my map, you're what I found.
Now the word abroad
Feels heavier than my suitcase on the ground. You forgot to write it in the contract. People change. You forgot to write it in the contract. People change.
Later, drunk shoes at the doorway, I lean hard against the sheet.
All our rules stuck to the plaster, every line so clean and neat.
Public spaces, quiet hours, no unnecessary ties.
Every bullet like a border that we both have learned to hide.
I point up with blurry vision, laughing, breaking, almost cry.
Hey, your paper's missing something that I see with open eyes.
You forgot to write it in the contract.
People change.
You forgot to leave a blank line for the part where hearts rearrange.
Then I stumble to my bedroom, leave your rules there on the wall.
But the echo of your sentence keeps on shaking through the hall. Then the night is gone to whispers, I sit down with that opaque.
All the tidy type conditions suddenly feel out of date.
Prohibition of emotions,
In the middle of the list,
do not form unnecessary feelings.
like a safety you can fix.
With a pen I write a small note,
Almost too small to be seen.
beside her mark.
It's like my fail here, human software tends to dream.
No announcement, no grand gesture,
Just a margin on the side.
but it's more than any promise he has ever signed in life.
You forgot to write it in the contract. People change.
And I can't pretend the word abroad is only numbers on a page.
If I stay, my story trembles. If you go, this house will too.
Either way, the rule we started
Can't contain what I feel now for you. You forgot to write it in the contract. People change.
You forgot to write it in the contract.
People change. You forgot to write it in the contract. People change. If this is not just your house, can I call it home?
If this is not just your house,
Can I call it home? If I'm more than just a tenant in your walls and lawns.
I'm afraid I'm the only one who feels it when I say that word. But my heart waits at the doorway, for your shoes when I return.
If this is not just your house, can I call it home? If this is not just your house, can I call it home?
Rain is dripping off the awning, neon blurs along the street. I run into my old co-worker, fake a smile, pretend I'm fine. He says lightly, still just living in somebody else's place, like my life's a temporary folder I can't dare to ever save. I can feel the shame like thunder rolling under every word. Taxi lights cut through the puddles while I laugh like I'm not hurt. From a distance by the crosswalk, I can hear them say your name. I can hear that little dagger still just staying at his place. I'm so used to dodging feelings that my feet forget to move. I just stand there in the shadows, let the moment pass me through. Later sitting in the backseat, all I taste is heavy rain. Every drop against the window sounds like my unspoken blame.
In the taxi smoky window, I see two but feel alone. So I spill the thought I'm hiding, voice half shaking, half a joke. You know what I'm most afraid of? I see staring at the road that I think this place is home, and you just call it an investment code.
I don't know the way to answer, but I know I can't stay still.
Cause the word investment cuts me like I'm only made of bills. If this is not just your house, can I call it home?
If you're more than line items in my list of loans.
If I leave, does it turn back to four cold walls and just your name?
If you stay, can I admit that our front door is not the same?
If this is not just your house, can I call it home? If this is not just your house, can I call it home?
I say slowly, when we started, I thought you were just my guest, just a line inside the contract, just a way to share the stress. But then evenings kept arriving and I listened for your keys, for the sound of one more pair of shoes beside the door with mine in these. I'm no good at liking people, always freeze and always run. But if waiting for your footsteps counts as anything like love, if the sight of your worn sneakers makes the silence feel less long, then I guess the strange affection is where my heart has belonged.
Voice shakes like broken thunder, soft and awkward, almost shy. Through the fogged up taxi window, city lights start to align. All the hurt from that old question, are you just in someone's place, starts to loosen when I see you turn to me with open face. There's no sudden kiss in traffic, no big speeches in the rain.
Just your hand that finds my fingers like it's searching for a name.
We both laugh at how we're trembling over simple tangled words.
Two grown strangers under contract, first time saying what they're worth.
This is not just your house, then I'll call it home.
If my chest waits for your shoes to come back, I'm not alone.
I'm not asking for a promise carved in stone or written loud.
Just admitting that this rooftop, this small hallway hold us now.
If this is not just your house, can I call it home? If this is not just your house, can I call it home?
If this is not
Just your house, can I call it home?
two hands sharing one umbrella, stepping through the rainy glow.
Walking back to the same doorway, slowly learning what is home.
Because this is our first time being ourselves, we can finally call this life our own.
No more bending every chapter to a plot that someone else has drawn.
Different doors and different rooftops, same small wish to make it home.
If we let our hearts write Maybe that's enough to grow.
Because this is our first time being ourselves. We can finally call this life our own. Because this is our first time being ourselves.
We can finally call this life our own.
They return my brand new story with the note and tidy type. Can you add a villain twisted, make the nice one sharper knives? But I put the pages down and say I won't turn them into hate. I want stories with no bad guys, only people learning grace. On my desk a 2-year offer, foreign skyline, bigger pay. All my planners say accepted, this is how you win the game. But I look across the table at the mugs and second set of shoes, and decide that for the first time work can fit around this truth.
Let my life fit like a sweater,
not a costume for their eyes.
let my love come first for once,
and let my job just fall in line.
If the world hands us a script
that never feels like it's our size,
we can write a smaller story that still lets us breathe inside. Because this is our first time being ourselves.
We can finally call this life
our own.
Because this is our first love,
Written in our words, not what we're told.
we might disappoint a few dreams that were never really ours.
But the rooms we choose to live in start to feel like open hearts.
Because this is our first time being ourselves.
We can finally call this life our own. Sujin packs up corporate trophies, moves to somewhere small and kind, learns that home is more than showers after nights of overtime.
How unfolds her wedding scrapbook, puts it gently on the shelf. Says for now let's build 2 years of shared goals, shared trust, shared health. Yuntik looks at her and nods, finally honest, finally clear. I was scared of all the questions more than losing what is real. Tame and balances his cases with his own heart on the scale. Stops pretending he's the hero who must fix whatever he fails.
In their different little spaces,
All at once the lines are said.
this is not the life they wanted,
But
it's ours instead.
not a victory in headlights, just a quiet choice indoors.
Just a softer way of saying
I will live like I am yours.
because this is our first time being ourselves.
I can finally write the stories that I own.
Because this is my first time choosing love first. I can build my work around our home.
On the rooftop, city glowing like a giant endless test.
If this town's a giant exam sheet,
I'll make getting home the best. And I'll stand right there beside you.
drawing safer paths and lights,
If the city is a question,
we'll design the gentlest lines.
because this is our first
Time being ourselves.
we can finally call this life
Our own.
because this is our first
Time being ourselves. We can finally call this life our own. Because this is our first time being ourselves. We can finally call this life our own.